Hi, I'm Jeremy from International Sportsman. Today we're looking at the Desperado. This is the newest offering from American Gun Craft, and like its predecessor, the Diablo, it's pretty unique. So let's dive right in and take a look at this double barrel 12 gauge black powder pistol. So as I mentioned earlier, the Diablo is the forebearer of the Desperado, and it has a little shorter barrel. So the Diablo uses a 6-inch barrel, while the Desperado that we have is an 8-inch barrel. Now there are more configurations coming out in the future, but currently it's only offered in this 8-inch variant. Now, whereas the Diablo was aimed at the self-defense market, the Desperado is squarely aimed at the hunting market. And so what did we do? We got it, and the first thing we did after a little bit of range testing was take it out on a whitetail hunt. You can see that in another video, but today we're going to focus on the features of this gun and how it's different than the Diablo. So right off the bat, you can see that it has a larger forend at the front. So this forearm extends out almost to the end of the 8-inch barrels, and it's rubberized for a little bit better grip. What's also changed is this extended grip on the back to help you get a better grip on the gun. Aside from that, everything else pretty much remains the same. It still shoots the .729-inch lead balls. Of course, it can shoot birdshot or buckshot as well. And also new, we have been testing the new Sabot rounds from American Gun Craft. These guys are super quick and easy to load. So unlike just loading in your powder and wad and then packing everything down, you can use a white hot pellet or something similar, drop it in the barrel, put the Sabot down the barrel, and put a 209 primer in the back, and you're ready to fire. So after your day of shooting, you're going to want to disassemble and clean your firearm. It's very easy and simple to do. First thing is undo these little latches on the back. That opens it up and exposes those 209 primer cups we were talking about earlier. Take a 3/8" wrench, put it on the back of that primer cup, and loosen it up. Now this is also how you adjust the seating depth of that primer cup as well. Once it's loosened, then you can simply unscrew this from the back. Once it's completely out, clean out this primer cup very well. Clean the inside here, and then clean the front of the barrel, running a bore swab down there. We use carburetor cleaner, seems to work really well. And then after it's all cleaned up and good to go, just reinstall it and tighten it back down with your wrench. That's it. So not much has changed, but what has changed is a little bit more velocity due to 2 inches more barrel, and it is more accurate than the Diablo. So we took it to the range, and we've been doing quite a bit of testing with this over the past several months in preparation for our deer hunt. And here are the results. So as you can see, we were able to easily shoot a 10-inch plate multiple times from about 30 yards without any issue. Now, obviously this isn't going to have a 1-inch group like you would expect from a rifle or a handgun, but for a black powder pistol that's only 8 inches long and shooting lead balls, I'd say this is pretty impressive. We also were able to take out the Firebird Targets and give ourselves a little bit of a challenge by shooting something that's just over 1 inch, and we were able to hit it on the second shot. If you aren't familiar with the Firebird Targets, they're a little disc that acts like a pyrotechnic, so you peel off the back and you can stick it to your target. Then when you shoot it, it makes a big boom. So it can be pretty accurate, although the nature of a lead ball means that it's not going to shoot those extremely tight groups that you would expect from a traditional firearm. However, after a little bit of velocity testing, we saw that it did bump up, in fact, from the Diablo, about 50 to 60 feet from our previous testing. For our testing, we used the Ogden 777 FFFG powder. We've also tested with the FFG powder, but we've moved over to the FFF since our initial testing with the Diablo. So loading is fairly straightforward and simple. You select what grain weight you want to use, pour it in your little measuring device, and then put that down the barrel. After that, put a wad on top of it and pack it all down nice and tight. Then depending on what load you're going to be using, whether it's the ball, birdshot, or a buckshot, that goes in next, followed by your overshot card. Flip it over to the back of the gun and then put your 209 primer in. Word of advice, make sure that you are on half cock before inserting that 209 primer and closing it up. Now you're ready to fire. So that's a look at the Desperado from American Gun Craft. Now, we do know that it will be coming out in another caliber, 20 gauge, and different barrel lengths. So we're looking forward to seeing how those perform as well. But here in Texas, turkey season is coming up and it's right around the corner. So we might have a little something special planned for the Desperado coming up in the next couple of months. With that in mind, make sure that you follow us on Facebook. Make sure you hit that subscribe button on YouTube. We'd really appreciate that. And we'll see you next time.